This year we've done a new deal with a company called Rio Silver, where they had a high-grade gold silver asset. We have the mill, they have the property, so we're going to put together our joint effort there.
All right, StockPulse on location, 2020. Wow, weird to say. Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. I've got Jeff Reeder. He's the CEO of Peruvian Metals. That trades as PER in the venture. Jeff, always a pleasure. Appreciate you spending some time here.
Thanks for having me on here again.
Okay, let's get into this here. Gold's in a good spot now, but let's kind of backtrack here. Talk about 2019.
Okay, in 2019 we had 19,000 tons almost processed from third-party ore. We produced 4,000 tons of zinc concentrate, 1,500 tons of lead concentrate, and about 170,000 ounces of silver for third parties. And so we did really well. We can say we have an operational profit in Peru. We're told milling other people's mineral at the time being, but this year we've done a new deal with a company called Rio Silver, where they had a high-grade gold silver asset. We have the mill, they have the property, so we're going to put together our joint effort there, and this property is only located about 140 kilometers from the plant. If we can start processing our own mineral in either by 50-50 joint venture or by ourselves, the name of the game is increase our margins. We can get the mineral, but we want to have high margin mineral. So, and that will translate into our bottom line, which is every business needs to. So,
before we get into 2020 here, talk about making the jump to toll miner to. Obviously, the margins are better. We know that. Yeah. Toll miners aren't really in favor right now. It's been a tough one. Obviously, the share price, everyone in this room can really have the same problem. But talk about what we can control here at PER.
Okay, so as a toll miller, I have some very secure clients. Now we got to build from our own mineral. And we can keep those secure clients for the next year or two if we have to, because they're paying the bills, and we do not have to go to the market and raise money. That's something, when you want to protect your share capital, the way you have to do it is you're going to have revenues and expenses lower than revenues. Obviously, it's business, right? But if we can keep this going, and we will now start looking into our own acquisition of a high-grade asset that will feed our mill, our own mineral. We've done one, as I said earlier, with Rio Silver on a 50-50, but I am going to have more space for me to go acquire a 100% owned asset, which we will develop, and that will be really beneficial to our stockholders, and we will be able to develop this property without going to the market and raising money, which means dilution. We don't have to do that.
Okay, so if I have this right here, heading into 2020, we're starting to make the move here to acquire your own and fill that plant. So let's talk about.
Well, so we're going to expand the plant. We can do that, but we're going to look at a couple assets that I've identified a few, but it takes time to negotiate, and there's always a lot of work you have to do. But we need to acquire our own mineral, and that's where you're going to see our real benefit.
So talk about the plant and how it is to keep that thing full. Obviously, the market's going to want tonnage. How are you going to produce that?
Well, tonnage, but grade, right? I mean, and really, when it comes down to, you're talking to small miners. The small miners will mine the ore. We'll help them mine the ore, but they always hand sort it and put the high grade in the sacks and go down. But if we can see that some of this mineral makes sense, even at the lower grade, that we can have better margins than we have now, we're going to do it.
Okay, so give us a little glimpse in your next 6 months. Rio Silver obviously is happening. The plant's amping up. You only did 8 months really of production?
Yeah, last year we did 8 months. I mean, we have a few. The other months we had much less tonnage. Right now it's the rainy season in Peru right now, so January, February are going to be slow. We are going to do better than we did last year. But it will really start ramping up in April and all the way to. So the miners right now are stockpiling ore, mineral, and they're going to start shipping it down within maybe the next 30 to 60 days. So we're going to have a good second, third, and fourth quarter, and a moderate first quarter. But we'll still make some money.
Yeah. So this is it's a cash flow story, but give us some blue sky here. You've been around Peru for 20 some odd years. You know the lay of the land there. Talk about how advantageous it is for a guy like you to go down there and find this ore that you're talking about.
Having the plant in northern Peru, miners are coming to me with their mines and stuff. I've looked at a couple of things, and this is where we have identified some assets just because we have the plant. I've been in Peru for 25 years, and I haven't seen some of these properties before. And these miners are coming down. They have one miner has a vein that's like a half a meter to a meter wide, 7 8 gram gold and 50 ounces silver. And we're going to start buying that mineral. And maybe what we'll do with this guy, we maybe just buy him out completely and take the property and mine it ourselves. If we can do that, then it's a whole different, it's a game changer.
Before I let you go here, what separates you from the rest of these guys? Because you're really a unique opportunity here. You're not just a toll miner. So to talk about what separates you and why investors would want to follow the story.
Well, first of all, 28% of our stock is held by reporting issuers. 28% of the stock. Myself with 25 years, and I'm having a large share position myself. I do not want to sell stock at these levels to other people. Maintain our share capital and the ability for us to work in Peru. We've already built a plant from scratch. We've identified several miners that are going to come and join our staff, and we are going to start doing our own productions deals eventually. And the difference, between the other miners, we're immediate cash flow. Instead of going out raising money, drilling holes, and drilling a 200-meter hole to hit a 1 meter wide section, we're going to drift along the section instead of drifting, and we're going to take that mineral as a bulk sample, process our plant. Processing the mineral by drifting is going to pay for our exploration. That's very different.
Keep our eye on the story. That's Peruvian Metals. It's Jeff Reeders, the CEO, PER on the venture. Jeff, appreciate the update. We'll look forward to some more news.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks. Okay.